anyone who's in there, is the audio and video better now? Okay, can you guys hear us? You guys can see us? You can see how cute Bitcoin Birch is over there? Alright, let me just move this so that we can see the comments. Pop out chat.
I got the comments here as well.
There is a good Fortnite match going on behind the scenes. That is true.
That's where most of the work gets done. Alright, let's get to some questions, Gat.
Alright, so anyways, this is going to be the Wednesday stream. It's going to be all Q&A. There's not really going to be any shitcoin shilling. There's not going to be any charts or anything. And I do need some whiskey.
Here we are. Don't mind all the traffic.
And so, really, we're just going to be answering questions in the comments. So anything that you guys have, just put it in the comments. And me and Birch will talk about it. This week's live from the office. You know, next time we're going to have some guests on live stream. A lot of people want Luke Martin on here. I will get Luke Martin on here hopefully next week.
Did you tweet a new link?
Yeah, I tweeted a new link.
Right.
Can you go to the comments so I can see it better? I gotta zoom in on these comments so I can read them.
I'll have them on my computer in a second. New link. All right, next time we'll be more fluid.
All right, why don't you own more Raiden, you absolute noob?
Hey, we got our Raiden guy right here.
I own enough Raiden to not be a noob. Like you have to understand that I have a little bit of my portfolio in Raiden, and it just hasn't done anything while the rest of my portfolio has grown. So that's why it's a small portion of it. Can't really do much about that.
What else we got?
Crypto Cred. I'm gonna start a paid group just for 1 week so I can fly over GAT. If Cred starts a paid group, I will shill it.
Oh, yeah. If Cred starts a paid group, I will shill it as well on the Bravado Discord. Is Birch next to you? Birch is next to me.
I'm actually Birch.
Are you related to Roger Ver? GAT is. Are you still bullish on Shift? Are we still bullish on Shift?
If you go to Telegram, yes. my name is CryptoGat, Real Trap Shift. So I think I'm still bullish on Shift. You know, if you want to know why Shift's so good, it's because Loomdart told me about it. And if you have any questions, just DM Loomdart.
I heard
especially about Shift. He's actually the community manager now.
No, he's giving away 500 Shift for a DM.
Loomdart's giving away 500 shifts in his DM. That's actually a true statement. So I did see the first actual question: which indicators is best for crypto during bull or bearish run? During a bearish run, you don't really want to be trading, so you shouldn't be looking at many indicators.
Support and resistance.
Yeah, aside from support and resistance, which aren't indicators; those are just horizontal lines that you draw.
Magic lines on a chart.
If you need help with support and resistance, go to Crypto Cred's channel. He does some of the best support and resistance and TA stuff out there. But in a bull run, all that I use now is just EMAs and then support and resistance lines, maybe some trend lines as well. But I have found more and more as I've continued to trade that indicators suck, and they kind of just make you see things that you shouldn't, and you start trading way too strictly based off indicators, and it will make you overtrade, especially if you're looking at like a 15-minute chart. On a 15-minute chart, your indicator is going to be overbought and oversold like 4 or 5 times a day. So that's the best indicator. Why is my neck so icy? Yes, I do have a little Bitcoin chain.
It's not a little Bitcoin chain. This thing is incredible when you see it in real life. It's got an Ethereum one too. Oh my!
Have you guys ever 100x margin? Do you recommend it? You guys want us to talk about mexing a little bit?
Yeah. As a matter of fact,
so
we like to. One thing that we like to do around the office, 5 p.m. Fridays with some drinks in hand, is do $100 100x leverage trades
on the testnet.
On the testnet, of course. and see who the first one to get crushed is. First liquidation loses, and obviously does a shot. So the cool thing is you're only risking $100, and on 100x leverage you could make a quick $500-600 on.
He says you're only risking $100, but that's what they pay me for a full day of manual labor in here.
Yeah, that is
My
true.
first week here, I only had to show up twice because I would show up and they make me build things.
He built half the furniture behind us.
Yeah, if you do need someone to build your furniture, I don't know if you can see that fireplace. I actually did build that with my bare hands.
They can't see the fireplace. We'll have to make sure to show them the fireplace before it's. Actually, we have such a dope couch. that
There's
we
a
can do
fireplace
this.
back here.
No,
I'm
you
gonna
can just
guys.
show them like this. Look, because we have the
Oh,
casting
wow.
couch.
You just
We just took this to another level, and you can check out the whole. You just make it.
There's
simple.
the world's worst Fortnite player.
Yeah, this guy's absolute trash. We actually have a tourney player in the house with us, but we won't put too much pressure on him. You can leave that one down and actually just do it for it.
Oh, there we go.
Turn the volume up, brah. All right.
Turn the volume up.
Let's do
I
that.
can turn the volume up.
Let's turn the volume up. Tell these other guys to be quiet too. This is
No, the volume's up.
this is our time.
The volume's
to
up.
talk.
Alright.
Well, maybe this is out of our voice range. Maybe it's better right
No,
now.
it's right here. We're good.
Oh, okay, we're good.
Is anyone else having volume problems? Someone's got bad. Yeah, your computer's just fucked up. Stop watching so much porn.
Do you mine crypto? Do you mine crypto? You stake it.
I stake some things, especially my Lux. What's up, Crypto Dale? Yo, guys, one podcast from Crypto Dale. You've ditched me 3 times on your podcast. Like, I feel
Dale.
like I'm not even important enough to be on the pod anymore.
No, I just spoke with Dale. He made a
Oh.
commitment to come up for Patty's Day to
Yeah,
Chicago
He did DM me
and
about
come
that.
do a shit show here in the Bravado HQ. So McChickens with mayo.
I'll eat McChickens tonight because I'm gonna have quite the night.
Let's go.
So
Who's getting involved with Crypto All Stars? You want to talk about that? That's new and relevant right
Crypto
now.
All Stars?
Crypto Kitties on the.
Oh yeah, if you guys haven't seen Crypto All Stars, you can actually buy me on the blockchain.
He's worth it.
You don't get anything from it. There's absolute no value from it, but you can take a picture and say that you buy me. Bought me. I'm about 6 Ethereum right now, I think.
Oh god.
Maybe even more.
Dude, they brought in over $250,000.
You know, I bought Miss Natoshi earlier for Valentine's Day. You know, I only owned her for a little bit, but it was pretty nice to own her on the blockchain.
No thanks, Sam.
So I heard you guys want to start a mining operations. Can you talk about that? Yeah, we're actually looking for more ways to earn passive income. So something that we talked about as the office and Bravado together, we want to start a masternode farm. We're going to be looking into some masternode coins just because the passive income is great. One of the big problems with masternodes is some of them are pretty expensive. And so
What's Dash right now? 1.2.
Dash, I think, is over $1 million for a masternode. That'll net you like a couple $100,000 a year, probably 60, 70,000 a year. But so there's cred. There's some different sites now that do masternode sharing. I haven't looked into them, or I don't really trust them yet. But that's something we're looking into as a whole, and we're going to be putting out some good information on masternodes pretty soon, and some different staking coins. Crypto Cred didn't expect GAT to last long with a lady. I owned her for like 3 minutes, probably 4 minutes. That's a new record for me.
Yeah, let's Solaris Masternode, definitely something that I know Serial Schiller, some other people on the team are very bullish on. A couple guys within our Discord are talking a lot about the Solaris Masternode. I think it's going to be pretty good as well.
Yeah, I'm looking into Solaris.
You can't go wrong with with most masternodes. I think if you look to make those investments, you're making long-term investments. Expect 5 years out, and so you're not going to go wrong with a lot of the more popular ones, especially if you're able to work your way up to it, like a Dash Masternode or something like that.
So the
THC
strategy,
Masternode.
THC Masternodes will be out. So the strategy a lot of people use when they're miners is what they do is they'll mine a new coin that's going to have a masternode, and that way they're mining it before it's released, so they're getting it at a really good rate. And then they mine enough to start a masternode, and then if that masternode takes off, they get some pretty crazy returns. None of us are really expert miners.
Definitely not. Something that I have on my to-do list this year. I'm spending a lot of time trying to learn more about that, and actually Dale and the Crypto Street podcast, their most recent podcast, I think they pushed out on Monday with
Not So Fast.
Not So Fast.
Yeah, if you want to see
Was
Not
awesome.
So Fast on Whiskey Wednesday, tweet at him right now. Tell him that you want to be on. Tell him that you want to see him on Whiskey Wednesday with me.
Have you copped that follow yet?
No, Not So Fast does not follow me yet. He's
I
like,
gotta follow.
on in my bedroom, I have a list, a whiteboard with all of the OGs, on it, and there's a check mark next to the ones who follow me. And every morning when I can wake up and add a check mark, it's just like it's going to be a good day.
The day Rand started following me, I
Rand?
didn't come to work. Yeah, and he still does, unlike Luke Martin.
For when Crypto Yoda followed me, that was a pretty big one. I took the whole day off.
Does Neo leave you fully torqued? Neo's been leaving me fully torqued since about $3 and shares.
I actually haven't owned any Neo since it was Ant shares because I'm not a Neo guy. I'm not a Neo guy. It's too big for me. Anything on the first page of CoinMarketCap, I don't like.
John's got a good question. Thoughts on SEC labeling ICOs as security offerings, potential for them to rule all cryptos as securities. We're not going to see that happen anytime soon from labeling all cryptos as securities. They've made it quite clear that they understand there is a difference between utility tokens and security tokens. However, I would fully expect to see way less public sales going forward, especially from U.S. companies, and even non-U.S. companies that do have public sales will probably not accept U.S. investors, maybe not even accredited U.S. investors. So find yourself some people that you trust that you might be able to go in on a pool with or something like that. All I can say is I think more news to come as we wait to learn. And I think we'll learn a little bit more after tax season. I think after a lot of us start to sit down with our accountants, we start to go through the motions in the next month or so, I think we'll probably learn a lot more.
So I was on the phone with a legal advisor from the space recently about a project I'm advising called Real Fever. And he was telling me that U.S. accredited investors shouldn't have a problem later this year. There's new types of exchanges coming out that are essentially like OTC exchanges for accredited investors. There's going to be new brokerages and exchanges that are going to be offering this service, and they're going to have a lot more liquidity than traditional exchanges. And so he said this is something to look out for in the next 4 to 6 months, and they'll be popping up. So it actually won't be a problem later in the year for U.S. investors if you're accredited to get into an ICO, because it will be more regulated, and there will be these exchanges that are specifically for accredited investors.
Legalities regarding pooling through Bravado, we can address that offline, but we're still learning more about that. Recommendations for crypto tax experts in the Chicago area, feel free to DM one of us.
Do you actually plan on drinking? Cred, I want to bring you on Whiskey Wednesday soon, and I want to drink.
We're fine, Cred. We talked to Peripheral. Peripheral's got your plane ticket, Cred. We got you coming in. KNC and Juan partnership. I think Juan's going to the moon. I think any partnership is good.
See, I beg to differ. I don't think that partnerships within the space matter.
I think they do. I guess it depends on.
I have a pretty aggressive stance on this, but I only look for partnerships outside of the space. Like I was making fun of CP Chain the other day on my stream, and all these people were talking about bullshit partnerships that I looked up, and they ended up not being what everyone was talking about. They said that they had a partnership with SAIC, which is I guess one of the biggest car companies in China. And I looked it up, and they didn't have a partnership. They were like in a program with them, which means basically SAIC was like, I'll throw you some money if you make it sound like we're working on blockchain. And so, I look for big partnerships like that outside of the space. I'm not interested if like Venn partners with CP Chain. That doesn't matter to me, right, because Venn still has to prove themselves outside of cryptocurrency.
Fair points made, absolutely.
Any ICOs on your radar?
Well, actually, you want to talk about this real quick?
In the last stream, you properly researched teams' backgrounds for coins. What if the team is anonymous, as for example for Hat? Which main factors do you pay attention when the team is anonymous? So, before I mentioned Hat in any streams, I had a call with the devs. I've been talking about them a little bit here and there, but like yesterday, I actually, I guess in a sense, promoted it a little bit. I do own Hat, so if you bought it right then, you were buying it after I did. I made that really clear, and I always make that clear. But I'm looking for unique things and either revolutionary technology, new technology, or just something that's all around better than the existing competition. The first thing that got me interested in Hat was the mobile staking. They're the first coin that has mobile staking. It's fully running in the alpha on Android. They're waiting to get certified from Apple so that it's on the App Store, but they already submitted their build. Apple's obviously being extremely careful with anything cryptocurrency related. But on top of that, they have the desktop wallet staking on both Mac and Windows. And so what I saw from that is just a unique peer-to-peer exchange that's going to have some pretty good features. one of the main features that also stood out to me was they're doing cash cards, which are essentially like gift cards. So you're going to be able to walk in a store and buy a cash card and then instantly put it on the exchange in exchange for hat tokens. And that gets around all the legal problems of converting fiat to crypto. And that's probably going to be on the market pretty soon once they launch the beta and the actual exchange in a few months with the ERC20 pairs.
I'm officially bullish on HAT after talking to Gat these last few weeks. Someone asked a question, what are your guys' stance on ACT? I don't want to address that because we've talked about ACT, and Gat won't let me sell it. So
the ABTC fork was a complete flop. It's been 2 weeks, and it's already listed on one exchange, RDAX. You literally got free tokens. It's not a flop.
ACT's got solid tech, though.
Obviously, there was hype before the fork, but ACT is going to be doing a lockup where you can actually send tokens and lock up the coins in your wallet and get passive rewards, kind of similar to Aeon, how I did the TRS. I know a lot of you missed the TRS and won't buy Aeon, but get some A-Chain, put it in the wallet, and then I'll have more information on how you lock it up. And when you lock it up, you're also going to have access to all their forks.
Someone asked about Z Classic. I'm curious how many people still hold Z Classic from our original entry, and I'm curious as to what you guys out there think. Z Classic sell before the snapshot or after? The guy behind me right here.
If you're holding Z Classic right now, that's crazy.
This is the biggest Z Classic bull there is. This guy spends all day in their Discord just hounding him. But what do you guys got? Do we sell?
In my eyes, if you're still holding ZCL and you got in under $20, you're
an insane person.
You are a greedy idiot. You know,
Professor Crypto's in the house hollering at Ty Lopez, who we shit on yesterday.
I've seen this same thing play out so much. You know, if you are still in ZCL and haven't taken any profits, either you're crazy, you know something that I don't, or you are prepared to lose 50% of your profits. None of this is financial advice. I'm not an advisor. Whatever I say is my opinion, and it's what I did. And so if you think I'm a horrible trader, then obviously do the opposite of me.
Just wanted to make light of the breakout. Cred, what do we got? A breakout or a fake out right now?
Breakout or fake out? What's
breakout or fake out?
Oh
Cred?
no, Bitcoin's. I was shorted on the testnet. That's not good.
Cred, help us out. None of us know what to do, sir. When moon, please.
I thought we were gonna retest 8,900, but doesn't look like it.
ZCL still has some juice, I think.
Cred, if you're still in there, where are the lines on your chart where there's the resistance?
Eyes on 95.
95.11. We bounced off like 94.50. It's looking like.
Next, hey, we did break out of the downward trend. In all seriousness, for those of you,
I don't believe it yet.
I think we broke out of the downward trend.
I'm still a bear.
We did break out of the downward trend. The question is, will we close? I'm going all in on crypto Cred coin. And Cred thinks we're going to 25K by April 1st. He told me that in a DM. So DM him with questions on how we get there.
That's different than what Cred's DMing me. Cred's DMing me nudes, so I think we have different relationships.
We definitely have different. We're more professional relationships.
Crypto scat, crypto brat. Yeah, I'm brat. You sound worse than that guy yesterday. That was a 40-year-old with Kellogg MBA that can run circles around me. Quote. I forgot the guy's name. Satoshi Flipper. Yeah. I had to block him after a little bit.
Oh God.
No question. Oh, Hearts, it's good to see you in here. I like to talk to Hearts.
What other questions do we have?
So we'll do like 5 or 10 more minutes because it's almost happy hour, and I have to.
Nike's in the house. Is that real Nike or fake Nike though?
I think that's real Nike.
You think it's real Nike? Nike's a hard guy to track down. What up, Nike? I love seeing these guys in here. This is
you want an office store?
What whiskey is this? Cereal? Schiller? Which bottle is in the decanter over here?
I have the slightest clue, but we'll just
you bought it.
Anymore.
If you want to know what whiskey it is, I'm gonna shill it.
Don't say that because okay, fine.
I'm gonna shill it really hard. It says it's Mob Squad whiskey. That's what the decanter says.
It says Mob Squad.
Mob Squad.
Mob meaning money over birches.
It's our new distillery. I'll be selling that on my Twitter soon.
Great question. How do you participate in ICOs that aren't offered to the United States? Is it because you're accredited investors, or do you know the founders? Most of us are accredited. However, most of these ICOs don't care whether or not you're an accredited investor. But there are ways to participate through syndicates that are legally allowed to invest on behalf of other people. So that's kind of what we were talking about before. There are ways to get involved, but you have to go through a licensed fiduciary. And so what we're doing is working right now with a couple of different contacts to try to see what we can provide to community at large. Right?
Also, if you have a friend, I don't know if this is legal, but if you have a friend, you guys just invest together, and then he sends you the tokens after.
If you have a friend that's not in the U.S.
Yeah, if you have a friend that's not in the U.S. Or you can just go on Reddit. I'm sure if you posted, you could find a guy, you know, you can become pen pals, then you could just trust him with a bunch of money and expect him to send it back. That's probably what I would do.
Are you getting into Taylor?
What's Taylor?
The smart
Gang?
No, Taylor gang. The Taylor ICO is like the trading assistant, the smart trading assistant.
I've never heard of Taylor.
You haven't looked into
There's
it?
been about 5 or
100.
10 smart trading assistants that have emailed me in the past week. I don't know if they're all just like doing it together, but I posted about the one that I like the most, or the two that I like the most, which is Signal and Krill.
Same.
It's like automated trading platforms.
We'll be sharing more information.
CryptoGat, any ICOs on your radar? Looking at Zipper, Origin Protocol, and CardStack. If you're asking me about ICOs, you're just looking to lose money. I don't do ICOs. The only ICOs I have done are Americana, which I think was a scam, Dragon Chain, and Horizon State. Right now I'm in a bunch, but I didn't really talk about them except for BlockX and Globotex. And so I guess my ICO record is pretty good. They both went like 50,
Dragon Chain?
50x on both ICOs. Well, Dragon Chain did almost 100x at one point.
Right.
Right now
Chain-
it's chilling at like 30x. I think Horizon State's at like 25 to 30x with bonus tokens that you got for being in the ICO. So I don't really do a lot of ICOs, and the ones that I do that I actually talk about, you know, I really that I talk about multiple times. I really mean them. But you know that you guys know that I'm a low cap trader. Again, more questions for me about ICOs. Like, I don't know what any of these ICOs are that you're telling me about. Thoughts on losing all your money on BitMEX? I didn't
How
lose
do you
any
feel?
money because I trade on the testnet, and so I've never lost any money on BitMEX.
How do you
Never
feel about
gained
losing
any-
those fake tokens, though?
I am actually up like 400% on the testnet.
Let's go.
You know, I did 100x long from 6K on the testnet, and I still have it in because I'm a professional trader.
Attaboy.
How many BTC do I need to come join you guys? Actually, we're gonna be hosting meetups in Chicago for, I don't know if it's free or there's gonna be like a small fee at the door, but they're gonna be at probably Hubbard Inn, and we're gonna do them either once a week or once every other week, where you know, there will be some drinks and appetizers, and on top of that, we're gonna have different guests from all over the crypto sphere to come in and you know, hang out and network. We'll do like 2 more questions, so we're gonna sit here for a minute and drink a little bit more. I know that you know, I'm a little bit ahead of him, but I'm littler, so you know, none of this is adding up.
I've completed far more.
So
than
we're gonna post some good questions, and we'll answer 1 or 2 more for the first Whiskey Wednesday. Are you looking at
You
yourself?
wanna
in
get
the
some
mirror?
more.
Are you looking at yourself in the mirror?
That's not me. That's a window.
Look, you can see the reflection.
I just need a touch. Just a
How about spelling a laptop?
Just a touch. Just a touch.
That's a touch. You want more?
No, I'll take the touch. Would you sell ETC before the airdrop?
Would I sell ETC before the Callisto airdrop? Let me rephrase this. Am I really stupid, or you know, am I a normal, not greedy investor? If you're a normal and not a greedy investor, you would definitely sell it before the airdrop.
Get rid of it.
I don't know why that airdrop would be worth anything. It is the first side chain, I believe, but we just saw NXT and Ignis, and NXT is kind of dead now because of Ardor, but Ignis was going to be the first child chain, and we saw what happened. NXT pumped like crazy, and then it sells off 60% right after the snapshot, and on top of that, Ignis was only worth a portion of the losses from NXT. So I got in on ETC a couple weeks ago. I'm going to sell probably a day or 2 before the fork, and then on top of that, I'm going to put in a nice low leverage short on the testnet of ETC. That's probably the smartest thing you could do because you know it's going to definitely dump after the fork. So if you use BitMEX, then I would suggest putting in a short on ETC, really low leverage, the day or 2 before the fork on the testnet.
I mean, we've been in ETC forever, though. Depends when you get in.
So that just covered the question, what are your behaviors on pre/post airdrops? We're going to wait for a really good question to finish on because, you know, this is the first Whiskey Wednesday. This is supposed to be the best stream of my life. We need some good questions in here.
Favorite coin.
Sharpest jawline, Bravado HQ.
I don't know. Cred likes my jawline. Other guys like my eyebrows.
See, Cred told me that, do y'all bang? Do y'all not bang?
Still just waiting for that finishing question.
Why test net? So that way you don't lose real money.
Yeah,
we just play.
I only trade on demo accounts, actually.
Elliot Waves, no.
Why is that dude leaving early? I fired him recently.
Did someone just leave early? It's not 5 o'clock. Oh, he's out.
Still waiting.
That's not even the intern. We pay that guy.
I'm the intern.
Yeah, he's the intern. Guys, that's who's running Bravado's Twitter half the time. He's usually drunk, but he knows what he's doing.
Usually drunk. Big secret.
A good question got ignored. Well, what was it? 3 times. Oh.
Jespaba. Where's your question?
I don't want to ignore anybody. Am I disabled?
Jepla here.
Is this our boy Jep?
We'll ask again. What is your
Let's
take
go.
on the alt BTC market cycle and where we at right now? I'm leaning towards a more BTC market cycle, just like September, December.
All right.
I don't think
alts are bottomed out.
I don't think BTC is going to make a big run again until like end of March. I actually make the worst calls on Bitcoin, so you should probably stock up after that call. But it looks like a lot of alts are at support or in really strong falling channels, and I think that there's going to be a nice altcoin pump in the next couple weeks. There might be a Bitcoin fake out, but I really don't think that we're going to have another Bitcoin cycle until the end of March, maybe start of April.
I mean, the way I look at it, guys, is I think Bitcoin probably has 2x potential, right? That takes it close back to its previous all-time high. The question is, how quickly does it make that move? If it makes that move back to all-time high levels quickly, alts are going to get destroyed. What we're saying is that we don't necessarily believe that it's going to happen quickly. We think that it'll probably slowly ascend over the course of the next 6 to 8 weeks. During that time, we're going to see a lot of altcoins do a lot more than 2x. We're going to see a lot of altcoins have really, really healthy gains, and then we're going to see some get wrecked as always. So I'm pretty bullish on altcoins over the next, going into the spring, I would say.
Yeah, I think that we're going to definitely see a really nice performance from the market. Not yet, but a month or two from now. I still do think Bitcoin has a pretty high probability of double bottoming down at 5,800.
Don't tease me, David. What's Dragon at? Someone give me a price update.
Can we get a live price
Can we
update
get
of Dragon?
It slowly determines whether or not this office stays open.
Anyone?
Over 20K,
Oh, it's over $2?
No, it's not. Don't.
Dragon's not over $2. He said that we have to work until 8:30 tonight.
8:30 tonight, late night.
$1.91.
CCL keeps pumping.
Someone pumped Dragon a little bit so I can leave work early.
Northwestern's got a CryptoCon.
Tomorrow.
Northwestern
Yeah,
has
you're aware of
CryptoCon
this?
tomorrow.
Thanks, Cam.
Hey,
Yeah, no, we got people here who know all about it. And didn't
Yeah,
tell
you
us.
said you don't like professor-led teams. Does this apply to Cardano? I've never bought any Cardano.
Ever.
I actually did talk about Cardano when it was 350 sats, and I said I was investing in next-gen blockchains. I didn't buy any of them, but they all performed really well. That was in December, end of November, start of December. So if you watch my streams, then you probably made a lot of money. 194, 195.
We got some different.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to end it here. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to be having these every Wednesday.
A little bit.
If you want someone to be on Whiskey Wednesday, just tweet at me and at whoever you want to be on.
We'll get him in.
The most popular one so far was Luke Martin. I'm talking to him, and I think that he'll be down to join me next Wednesday. I would love to get Not So Fast on here for a nice mining talk. I'm pretty sure he's from Canada, so he probably drinks a lot.
Yeah.
So you'll see me much more drunk on that one. But
Korean Jew's going to be up in Chicago soon. Crypto Dale will see you soon as well. Flood is looking to make his way through the office, and so we're going to have a lot of cool people on.
Yeah, if you're in Chicago, we're going to be doing meetups soon. Just basically networking events, starting a stronger blockchain community down in Chicago. And if you're ever around, we're always down to get a drink. Cheers.
Until next time, folks.